So Afghanistan was a magic place, is a magic place. It's the light is incredible, and because it's a desert, and then everybody, it's a desert, and then there's sudden green places where people, they have this irrigation system where they take water from the glaciers and pipe it down in these cistern things down mountain into their villages. And so there's desert, and then green villages with oranges and cilantro and mint, and sheep and camels, and it's a very magical place. And so anyway, so by the time I got to Kabul, I'd been meeting a bunch of travelers and stuff. And some of the travelers I met were, sort of this strange group of people. And one night we were, sitting around having dinner or whatever. And I picked up these tarot cards. And I had never, ever tried tarot cards before, and I looked at them and thought, what are these? Oh, these are tarot cards. Oh, they're for fortune telling, aren't they? Yeah. Oh, I think I'm going to try them. So they had a little instruction thing. So I went to a back room and I just threw a little tarot thing. And then I read it. And I came running back into the room. I said, the king is going to be killed in 2 months. Don't laugh. The emir is going to be killed in 2 months. That's what the tarot said. 2 months later, I fell in love. I'm living with this guy, Maksud, who's this Afghan artist, guitar player, tabla player person. And we're having tea at some place upstairs. It's a beautiful day in Kabul with big fluffy clouds, and we're sitting there drinking tea, and we hear this boom, and we think, boom, and we think, it can't be thunder because those aren't thunderclouds. Boom! Oh my God, it's guns. Oh no, it's guns. And we go running down the stairs, and we just walk outside, and all of a sudden, clink, 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 and here's this tank. Oh my God, it's a tank. It's coming right at us, with its gun. And everybody is going, and so we turn around, we run down the street, and we're running back to his place. And in Kabul, and all the houses have walls, and so in the main streets, there are 10-foot walls. It doesn't feel like you're walled in. There are decorations on them. The streets are really wide. It's very pleasing, but you never know what's going on behind the walls, and that's the point of it. Turns out that there were 2 military installations right on the way home. We didn't know that, and there are jets flying over. It's a coup. It's a coup. It's a coup. The Russians and the Marxists are doing this a war. Oh my God. And we get home and to his place. Of course, it's a mud. It's not mud. It's made out of mud, bricks. And these, Russian MiGs are flying over, and you can count the rivets on the wings, and they are bombing the palace, which is about, a quarter mile away. And I keep thinking, I hope those guns don't hit them because we won't survive if they crash on top of us. It was really something. Well, they killed the emir. They did. They killed him. And they killed all these people. They had, once the Russians, it was the Marxists in Afghanistan, but supported by the Russians. Once they took over the government, they set up a new government. And they had bulletin boards with photos of people on them, And a week later, there were less photos. And a week later, and we started joking about it. Would there be anybody left next week? I mean, it was very, very scary time. And I hate to say this, but I was in the country illegally. we all had visas, it's like maybe here, we had visas and, but we didn't get them renewed. And everybody knew that all you had to do was go to the Foreign Office and ask them for a renewal, and you'd have to pay a fine and you could leave. So we never did it. So I was like 3 or 4 months overdue on my visa. And I thought, I better not go in there tomorrow because I'm living with an Afghan guy whose father was a member of the former legislature. And if they ask me where I'm living, they could arrest him. I can't do it. So I waited. I hung out. I would put a scarf on and go out to the souk, and everybody in the local market knew who I was, knew me, that I was living with this Afghan guy. They all knew this. And so I sort of hid under the radar. Meanwhile, weird things are happening in Maqsood's place. Like, weird things. Like, I think his family was thinking of kidnapping me. I know, kidnapping me and ransoming to my rich, quote unquote, rich American father because, things were weird. I catch him and his mother talking and looking at me like a cartoon. And then he gave me this, so Maqsood didn't speak English. I didn't speak Dari. But I spoke a little French because I grew up in Quebec. And he spoke French because his mom was French. So we had a relationship in French. So one day he gave me this funny book, this cartoon book, this graphic book. And it was a story about this French couple who decided to kidnap a guest. And I read it and I went, I think I got to get out of here. How do I get out of here? Okay, how do I get out of here? Okay, how do I get out of here? Okay. So I made a plan. So I sometimes would go shopping at night. So I got my little scarfie on and I went out to the souk and I walked on the souk and said hello to everybody. Oh, nice cucumbers. Oh, kachaloo. I love potatoes. And walked to the end of the souk and then keep going. As I figured I could get a taxi, took my scarf off because then I'd be a Western woman and kept walking. And I started hearing the yells from the back souk. Where are you going? Where are you going? Hey, come back here. I thought, and I kept walking really fast. And then I heard this behind me, and it was Maqsood, and he was running after me. And he had clip-clops on and his sort of pajama things on, and he was running after me, and he cut up to me. And about the same time he cut up to me, I managed to get this taxi to stop. And this taxi stopped, and the guy, was peering over, and I said, could you take me? I think it was somewhere I wanted to go, a Peace Corps volunteer place, and I knew the address. Could you take me to such and such a place? And Maqsood behind me is in Dari, probably telling the guy, I'm his wife, I'm running away, he has no right, she belongs to me, and the taxi driver is doing this. And he believed me.